Buddhists don't pray, as far as some Buddhists do pray, but it's not a very Buddhist thing to pray. What we do in Buddhism, and it's often mistaken for prayer, is we resolve on certain things. We make a determination. We make a wish, if you will. And we do this to establish our minds and to set our minds on what we want to occur. We say to ourselves, may this happen, may I be happy, may I be able to attain this or that state. We can even do it with mundane things. May my parents, may their sickness disappear, or this or that. If someone is sick, making something like a prayer. But the idea of a prayer is it has power. Your mind is fixed, is focused. The faith in your mind is calming and tranquilizing and establishing the mind firmly. So it's not the fact that you're praying to someone, it's the fact that you're making a determination. You're resolving in your mind for this to happen. You're making a wish, and that wish is going to form at least a part of your reality, and it's going to have an effect. And it can often help, if your mind is strong enough, it can help to change the world around you. This is a very important part of Buddhist practice. It's something that we use in our meditation. I have this problem, may I become free from this problem. May I attain this or that. If you want to become a monk, may I have the opportunity to become a monk. If you want to go to do a meditation course, may all of the obstacles in my way disappear, and may I be successful in this or that endeavor. This is totally valid, and it's nothing to do with another being coming down and giving you, blessing you with the results of your wish or the answer to your prayers. It has to do with your changing of reality, and in a very mundane sense, it's simply your intention in achieving that goal, which focuses your mind and puts you on that path and propels you along it. So that's where prayer might come close to Buddhism. Again, it's not prayer, but when you see people praying for this, wishing for this or wishing for that, you can understand that if they've got their head on straight, if they're really following the Buddha's teaching, then they're not expecting the Buddha to give them the wish, and they're not expecting anything from God. They are just resolving for that, and in some way it can affect the universe as well, but mostly it's just going to set their minds on it and will help them to achieve their goals. A final note about the Buddha: why we don't expect the Buddha to help us is because the Buddha's passed away, and by passed away we mean he hasn't been born, he wasn't born again. Whereas when we pass away, we don't really pass away, we just continue on. But for someone who has attained nirvana, when they pass away, they pass away. And so the Buddha, you could say he's still in Kusinara in India. That was where he passed away. And by passed away, the technical meaning is he went inside. The mind stopped coming out. The mind ceased to arise, ceased to see, hear, smell, taste, feel, or think. So in a sense, you could say the Buddha's, there in Kusinara, but is not coming out anymore. The mind is not arising. There's no more opportunity for it to arise. So we say really passed away, and there's no chance for the Buddha to hear your prayers or answer them. At least not the Buddha who's not the Buddha. There are many beings in Buddhism that are said to answer prayers, but that's a whole other can of worms. And I guess that does, it has to be admitted that, yes, you can wish for things and ask for the angels and gods to help you. The problem is, you don't know whether they're going to help you or not, and it's completely up to them. There is no being out there who is purely compassionate and wise and is going to answer all of your prayers. There's a lot of beings out there who are going to pose in that role and instead wind you around their finger and twist your will to theirs, and you'll find yourself following them. And that's, I think, the case with many meditators when they get caught up with angels and other beings, they find that rather than the angels and gods serving them, they wind up serving these beings and following after all of their defilements and their illusions and delusions as well. Okay, so I hope that gives an answer. It's a very interesting question, and I'd like to encourage everyone to make these determinations, especially after you practice, and especially in regards to your own happiness and the happiness of your fellow beings. May all beings be happy.